Hi Scorpio, Jen here. I know it's been a while. Life has been lifing. I've been dealing with work and school and everything else. So I woke up today, Saturday, December 20th, and Spirit was like, get your butt up, go do some readings. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm a little rusty even, but giving your mind a break off of things and letting your brain kind of recalibrate is sometimes useful, beneficial. So that's kind of what I did because sometimes it does feel like overload. And sometimes my readings don't come out as clear as I want them to or as I feel they are. So sometimes giving yourself a break is great. So let's go ahead and get some past energy, current energy, and what's coming towards you. We'll get some clarifiers and then we'll close it out with an advice card. Scorpio, I hope you're doing well. Happy holidays if you're in the United States or celebrating, where they celebrate like Christmas and New Year's around this time. So let's see, off the back, past energies, Four of Pentacles in reverse, current energy, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and what's coming towards you, Nine of Cups in reverse. So let's see, what is the catalyst here? Four of Pentacles. Well, I actually like the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Because Four of Pentacles upright, it's a feeling of not wanting to let go, control even. Um, it's very possessive. I mean, there are situations where you have to keep things close, depending on the reading, depending on the cards, the situation. But usually holding on to anything too tightly or feeling like if I let go, I'm gonna lose it. It's usually not a very great energy. So coming up in four in reverse, I kind of like that for you. You're kind of letting go, releasing control. Um, and that's kind of like the catalyst of the current energy, what is Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, upright Knight of Pentacles is usually kind of slow and steady, taking their time. I don't want to drop my pentacle. I'm not in a rush. I'm just going to go with the flow. In reverse, though, I mean, yeah, there are some shadow aspects to every card, just like every sign. But I think for some of you, you're kind of you're reversing that energy. You're like, I'm not really going to take my time. um Now, that may not be the best because what's coming towards you, you may not be satisfied with that outcome with the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I will, proceed with caution with that. If there's a situation right now where you feel like you're not taking your time, you're not really thinking things through, you're kind of rushing, be mindful of that because it may not lead to the best outcome. It may not lead to a wish fulfillment. You may be, doing it impulsively. Even though I like this energy of releasing control, I do love that energy, but sometimes what I'm getting is also don't be too naive, don't be too gullible. Sometimes holding on to um that little bit of what is that, skepticism, or that feeling of, what, let me hold on to my pennies a little bit more. Or it's neither good or bad, but there are situations where you have to rethink that, and I think this is one of them. um it definitely is. You did release some sort of control, or release um a feeling of lack even, or maybe even you release something that is valuable. You might have released something very valuable. You could be rushing into something, and so let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. What is the Four of Pentacles here, Spirit? Even though I still stand by, I will stand on the cliff with that. I love the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I don't really like it upright. It's like, but this can also have to do with stability as well. You have the Three of Swords in reverse. So that's great. You release some hurt. You release some past, pain. I love that. I love that. But just make sure that it doesn't make you bitter even, which I don't really get that. Um his reading is all over the place because I'm getting like so many messages at once. I'm probably picking up for more than one collective of Scorpios here. But for some of you, you released some sort of pain. But I'm getting two different Scorpios. I'm getting one that you release some past trauma, some past pain, you work through it, that's great. And I'm getting another set of Scorpios where you've done that, but now it's almost like you've shut yourself out too. It's like it made you not cold, but that's what I'm getting. Um it's almost like I don't care energy, like that doesn't hurt me. You released it, but maybe not in a healthy way. That's what I'm getting for some of you Scorpios. Let's see. Can you clarify the Knight of Pentacles, Spirit, Knight of Pentacles? Okay, Eight of Swords in reverse. I love that because you are ripping the blindfold off. You're like, I'm seeing things for what it is. I'm no longer feeling bound to this. This is not, controlling me anymore. I don't feel stuck. I know exactly what I need to do. My thoughts are clear. So that's great. And that's probably why this reading is because I'm getting two different things. Like in one aspect, yes, you release pain, you release hurt, you release control. um you probably moved very quickly when it came to processing those emotions, even like, you know what, screw this, I'm ripping the band-aid off. um Again, that's good, but you can't always try to outsmart the process neither, and that's what I'm getting for some of you. Like, and this is so weird, but like you healed almost too quickly to the point where you didn't allow the process. It's almost like um you signed up for a course, and instead of taking like the modules, maybe like 1 through 10, you skip straight to the final exam. And even though you maybe passed the course because you passed the final exam, you kind of missed out on the lectures, you missed out on the lessons. That's, if that makes any sense, that's what I'm getting. um Nine of Cups in reverse. Let's see here why are we getting that? Why would that's what? Because this is the catalyst to hear, and this is great. Healing, releasing control. Moving quickly towards you know, healing from pain, and seeing things for what they are. That's great. But again, that analogy of skipping too quickly, and not allowing yourself to feel, that's you know and that may be what's making you feel like at the end, like, I did it, but I still don't feel satisfied. Why don't I still feel good about it? I did all the work, I released it, I did everything the books say. Why don't I feel? Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's like the passion. It's like, I did all this work, I'm doing everything by the book. Why don't I feel satisfied by it? Why don't I feel like the Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands is someone who's very confident, very passionate, very, like the cheerleader. Um for some of you, it's like you're not satisfied with the outcome of it. You're not satisfied with how you feel, your confidence level. It's like, yeah, it's like I did all of this, I my friend said to speak up for myself, or my family said this, or my therapist said this, or the book said this, and I did it. Why don't I feel better? Why don't I feel confident? Why isn't my self-esteem getting better? Let's see. The Lovers, because it has to come from a heart space, and some of these things are soul contracts. Even, when I see the Lovers card, this is definitely something that is binding. So if some of you are trying to skip through lessons, or skip through soul contracts, or skip through, things that you are supposed to go through because you feel like, you know, this is what the book says, this is what my friend said, this is what the therapist said, you're kind of missing out on the lesson. That's what it is. You're missing out on the lesson. And for some of you, you could be even missing out on some important soul contracts, relationships, and things of that nature. It could even be that deep down, it doesn't feel good neither. Deep down, um, maybe you are meant to be with this person, or you're meant to do this, or whatever the case may be. There's some level of not regret, but it's almost like not lying to yourself, but thinking if I do this, I will feel this, instantly. And it's not that instant. It's not that instant. Let's see. Let's get another clarifier here. Page of Cups, yeah. In reverse. Yeah, it's like you're doing things too analytically. You see it's swords, pentacles. This is very earthly, in your mind, thoughts. This is what you're showing to the world. But on the flip side, this is how you really feel. Emotions. You see how it's split? It's like this is what you're showing outwardly. This is what the world sees, but this is how you really feel. You're not satisfied with your confidence. You're not satisfied with how you feel. You're not, it's your heart space is closed, but you're trying to show the world that you're okay when you're really not. You're trying to show the world I'm strong, I can release control, I can do this, but you're really not deep down. Um, and we're going to get a clarifier, and we're going to get some advice for you here. So, Spirit, let me get an advice for Scorpio here. You know, I do want to say for some of you, I'm almost getting like you're trying to be strong, you're trying to save face. Being vulnerable is one of the most I'm even getting emotional, and I know it's not my energy, it's the energy of Scorpio. Um it's okay to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is one of the biggest expressions of love and authenticity, okay? Being vulnerable is what makes us human, even. It's okay to say that I'm not okay, even when you're showing that you're doing all the steps and everything. It's okay. So let me get an advice card for you. Three of Swords in reverse. You got it twice. There is a sense of releasing, but I think you're taking it too literal. I think for some of you, you're trying to release by the book, or what society thinks release is, or some sort of checklist of what release is, or something like that. It's very mechanical, it's very robotic. And what you really need to do is really release internally, from a soul level, not a mechanical level, not, you know how when people go no contact and they're like, okay, these are the steps I'm going to take. I'm going to go no contact. I'm going to block the number, like all the mechanical, logistical stuff. But they really don't go no contact on a soul level. They miss that person. They're grieving that person there. But on the surface, they're showing, yeah, I went no contact. I went no contact, or I did this, or I gave my boss my resignation letter. Yup, this is what I did on a surface level, but internally it's like, I'm gonna miss this job, or I'm gonna miss this person, and that's what I think is your advice. To really, if you're gonna do it, don't just do it so mechanically or robotically or logistically. Do it from a soul level. Lovers has to do with like like soulmate contracts and relationships and partnerships. It's very kind of, it's deeper than the Two of Cups, which is also the Lovers, but it's more in our earthly realm. This is very deep. The Lovers card as the major arcana. This is deeper than that. This is on a soul level. And I think for some of you Scorpios, that's what you need to do. You can't just do the logistics of it, let's say. And this can even come up as why am I getting like what's that word? um Imposter syndrome. When some people they go to college, they get a degree, but it's so effortless, but they feel like I didn't work hard enough for this, so it doesn't feel like I deserve this. It's almost like that, but on a emotional level, where you're doing something and you're doing it step by step, logistically, mechanically, and that's what you're showing, but you're not doing the emotional work of it. You're not doing the soul level work of it. It's almost like you're doing the humanly robotic, this is what I need to do, but you're not really feeling it. And this can apply in any situation where you're doing it but you're not feeling it. Okay, so And I think the message for you is that you really need to either feel it, don't just do it, feel it, feel exactly what it is that you're doing. And even if you're hiding emotions, I think first I'm even getting that some of you are hiding your emotions behind what you're trying to show. It's like you're trying to portray yourself to be strong, but you're hiding your emotions behind that. It's like it's not really showing that. If that makes sense. Scorpio, if it makes sense, like, comment, subscribe. um I will be here next year January for more readings. But yeah, if this is where I leave you, take care until next time.